I'm currently riding my bike across Africa, and today is day 5 in Senegal, so come along for our ride today. We are leaving a beach town called Sali, and we had such a good time here that we ended up staying 2 or 3 days, but we're getting close to the Gambia, and we are excited to keep moving, so we had to get going eventually. So we had some breakfast this morning and then set off. We only had a pretty short day to go today because there's a national park slash like nature reserve at the south of Senegal, well, I guess the south of North Senegal before it hits the border of the Gambia, called the Saloum, and it's this like massive river delta, and so we really want to go check that out. And we're going to take a boat, which they call a pirogue, through some of the rivers, so I'm super excited for that. It was Sunday, and so there was a market going on, and so the streets were pretty crowded getting out of the town. I'm not sure if this is a thing elsewhere in Africa, but in Senegal and West Africa, they have these water sachets, which are like little baggies of water, and they're super cheap and very refreshing, obviously, and so we would stop every now and then to have some of those because it was so hot today. My phone said it was 92 degrees or 33 degrees Celsius, but I think it was hotter. And yeah, we woke up early and still just ended up leaving at like noon and having to cycle basically through the hottest parts of the day. We finished our ride, I think, at like 2, which is not ideal, not great planning on our part. So we're going to try and be better about that and wake up earlier because it's getting more and more important to beat the heat. Something that I am just loving about Senegal is how well the women dress. Like everywhere we go in the city or the smaller villages, women are just wearing the most beautiful dresses and the most colorful fabrics, and it's so fun to see what people are wearing as we cycle by. We made it to our little beach hotel for the night. I was a puddle of sweat, and so I was so excited to jump in this pool. It really brought me back to life and made me feel human again. Yeah, we have got to start cycling earlier. I don't know if I could handle that. I think the only reason I was able to do today is because we were only going like the 26 miles or like 40K, something like that. I don't know. I'm still not great at my conversions. But yeah, so we got to our hotel, went for a little walk. There's a little island next to this town that's made out of seashells, and we were thinking about going to check it out, but you have to pay a pretty steep price to cross this bridge, and I don't know, we just didn't want to do that, so we just looked at the island from afar, and then we got some mangoes and followed these goats back to our accommodation. We took a look at the ocean and then went in the pool again, and yeah, it was a really nice way to spend the evening. I'm still like honestly so tired. My Garmin sports watch says that my training readiness is like a 2, which is just ridiculous. So we did some laundry, had some dinner, and yeah, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for following along, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!